Genesis 34, verse 1, the Dinah Incident. Now Dinah, the daughter of Leah, whom she had borne to Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and violated her. His soul was strongly attracted to Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the young woman and spoke kindly to the young woman. So Shechem spoke to his father Hamor, saying, "Get me this young woman as a wife." And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with his livestock in the field, so Jacob held his peace until they came. Then Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to speak with him. And the sons of Jacob came in from the field when they heard it. And the men were grieved and were very angry. And because he had done a disgraceful thing in Israel by lying with Jacob's daughter, a thing which ought not to be done, but Hamor spoke with him, saying, "The soul of my son Shechem longs for your daughter. Please give her to him as a wife, and make marriages with us. Give your daughters to us, and take our daughters to yourselves. So you shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade in it, and acquire possessions for yourself in it." Then Shechem said to her father and her brothers, "Let me find favor in your eyes, and whatever you say to me I will give. Ask me ever so much dowry and gift, and I will give according to what you say to me, but give me the young woman as a wife." But the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father, and spoke deceitfully, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. And they said to them, "We cannot do this thing, to give our sister to one who is uncircumcised, for that would be a reproach to us. But on this condition we will consent to you, if you will become as we are, if every male of you is circumcised. Then we will give our daughters to you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. But if you will not heed us and be circumcised, then we will take our daughter and be gone." And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son. So the young man did not delay to do the thing, because he delighted in Jacob's daughter. He was more honorable than all the household of his father. And Hamor and Shechem, his son, came to the gate of their city and spoke with the men of their city, saying, "These men are at peace with us. Therefore let them dwell in the land and trade in it. For indeed the land is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us as wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only on this condition will the men consent to dwell with us, to be one people, if every male among us is circumcised as they are circumcised. Will not their livestock, their property, and every animal of theirs be ours? Only let us consent to them, and they will dwell with us." And all who went out of the gate of his city heeded Hamor and Shechem his son. Every male was circumcised, and all who went out of the gate of his city. Now it came to pass on the third day, when they were in plain, that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, each took his sword, and came boldly upon the city, and killed all the males. And they killed Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah from Shechem's house, and went out. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain, and plundered the city, because their sister had been defiled. They took their sheep, their oxen, and their donkeys, what was in the city, and what was in the field, and all their wealth, all their little ones, and their wives, they took captive, and they plundered even all that was in the houses. Then Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, "You have troubled me by making me obnoxious among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and since I am few in number, they will gather themselves together against me and kill me. I shall be destroyed, my household and I." But they said, "How should he treat our sister like a harlot?" Let's read commentary here for Genesis 34. Commentaries coming from the Tony Evans Bible Commentary. So verses 1 through 4. Dinah, the only daughter of Jacob, went out to see some of the young women of the area. likely desiring to know how they lived. But during her visit, a man named Shechem, the son of the region's chieftain, took her and raped her. Adding insult to injury, he then decided that he loved the girl and wanted to marry her. Verse 5 through 7, Jacob heard that Shechem had defiled his daughter Dinah, and that Shechem desired to marry her, but his response was surprisingly mute, and instead, it was Jacob's sons who became deeply grieved and very angry, rightly calling Shechem's actions an outrage that should not be done. Verse 8 through 24, Shechem's father Hamor seemed unaware of Jacob's son's rage because he pursued the marriage deal further, presenting intermarriage between the two families as a profitable situation for everybody involved. Jacob's sons, taking after their father's old ways, answered Shechem and his father Hamor deceitfully. Plotting to take Shechem down by surprise, they acquired Shechem, Hamor, and all of their men to be circumcised, allegedly to make the marriage pure. Hamor and company considered this a small price to pay for a bride, and all of Jacob's possessions, so they eagerly agreed. But Jacob's sons had no interest at all in a deal. The circumcision they required was a ruse to weaken the men, and when they were still in pain, two of Dinah's brothers, Simeon and Levi, avenged their sister's honor and slaughtered all the men of the town. They plundered the city as well, leaving Hamor's people devastated. Jacob, thinking of their long-term prospects in the land, was not pleased with the attack. He feared retribution from the other Canaanites in the area, who were much more numerous than they. Most of the men in this story respond in ways that show little faith in God. Shechem violated God's just laws and did violence to an innocent woman. Jacob didn't trust that God would maintain his family in the land like he had promised, and Jacob's sons used a sacred symbol of the covenant with God as a trick to murder far more people than were guilty. And that concludes Genesis 34. Stay tuned for Genesis 35.